You guys are used to seeing your API requests looking like this. You'll have a method like post, put, get, URL, and then your JSON object as a body of the request. And usually it's readable content like this. Then this message gets transported securely because we use HTTPS from the client side to the server side. But hypothetically, if someone managed to get through HTTPS and look at the message content, they'll be able to see whatever is in your API request. So if you want to add an extra layer of security and hide the message content, even if someone somehow managed to get through HTTPS, this is what message level encryption is for. Message level encryption, also known as MLE, allows you to take your message that looks like this and then encrypt it to look like this instead. And then your server will be able to take that message, decrypt it, and read its actual content, which looks like this. Here, let's see a demo that looks like this client side. It's gonna take a message from me, encrypt it. Now it looks like this, and then send it to my server, sends it to my server, who then is able to read that message format and decrypt it and get the actual content that looks like this. So what is happening here exactly and how this works? This works like this. First, you, the service provider, the server, is going to create a public-private key pair. You're going to keep the private key on the server, but give the public key to whoever you want to encrypt information that is being sent to you. So, and maybe that's the client, maybe that's another server. Anyways, let's say it's a client here, a website or an app. That app is going to take that public key and use it to encrypt the API request content before it sends it to you. And then you will receive it encrypted and then use the private key that you have to decrypt the message and get the actual content inside that message, making sure that no one between you and whoever you received the message from can see the content of the message. You can also use this in cases where your message has to stop through a party in the middle that you don't trust them and you don't want them to see the message, but this party in the middle have to forward the message to the final destination. The best examples I can think of that use message level encryption are payment gateways for online payments when payment information is sent. So you enter your card information on the website, your card information gets encrypted in a similar manner and then sent to the merchant. So the merchant will be someone in the middle, for example, the seller. That seller won't be able to see the card information and then gets forwarded to the payment processor, someone like Stripe or Adyen, who can actually see the card information, process it. That's one example. Another example that we see everywhere is payment machines, the POS machines that you see in coffee shops or supermarkets. It does that with card information. When you insert your card or tap your card on it, it encrypts that card information, and then it could go through multiple layers until it reaches the network like MasterCard, Visa, and only MasterCard and Visa can see the card information and process the payment. So that's another example of that, or the more advanced. But this is the basic idea. Okay, now let me show you how to implement this thing. It's not gonna take long. This is a brand new app, brand new project. First, we need to create the file that's gonna create the public-private key pair. It's going to be a simple script that I'm going to run manually, but you can automate it by putting in an API request. You need these dependencies, fs, path, crypto. You'll use, let me zoom in so you can see, this method to create the key pair. Here's your public key and your private key, modulus length. This is the most common parameters when you're creating public-private key pair. All of this deserves its own video to explain, but what the most important part here is the passphrase. You need to give some sort of a secret passphrase that secures this key. So that can be anything you want as long as secure and stored securely. So I can just use for the video 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0, and this will create your public-private key pair. And those public-private keys, these keys are essentially just strings that you can put on a variable or whatever, but I'm gonna print them out as files, and I'll do that like this. So now I can go ahead and run this script. It's going to give me my private and public key pair. Private stays on the server, just stored securely using some sort of a secret key manager like AWS Secret Manager. But the public key goes to your client side, whether it's your app or your website. So I'm going to put it here in public directory of my React.js Vite project. Okay, now let's use this to encrypt messages on the client side. So we switch now to the React.js code for the client side. When I enter a message and I hit encrypt, this button gets clicked, which calls this method, and currently this method doesn't do anything. So let's get to work. Here's what you're gonna do in encrypt message. First thing, you're gonna import the public key, and that's gonna be its own method that you need to build. You're just gonna read it from the directory you placed it in, and then convert it to a string like this. Then you need to convert that string to an array buffer, and this is another method that we're gonna work on. So we're gonna get the string and it will look like this. So we need to clean it up and just get this string in between to get rid of this and this, and we do that using this line over here. That string is in base 64, so we need to decode it, and we use this method to decode something from base 64, and we're gonna get the binary of it, and then the binary, we're gonna create a byte array from it. We're gonna convert the byte array to a buffer like this. Okay, so this helps us with this step. Now we have the key data. Now we can return the public key data and get back here. Now we need to encode that message that we entered here using this public key data, and we'll do that like this using the crypto library. You access through window.crypto, subtle, encrypt. Here's your algorithm that's used to encrypt this key in the first place, your public key data, and then your encoded message, which is here. Message is a state variable that has the value of whatever you put in this input text field. Then you need to convert that encrypted message from buffer, which is its current form, to base 64, and that's another method that we need to work on, and this will look like this. We get the bytes, and then we get the binary, and then we encode the binary to base 64, which is the opposite of what we did earlier. Now we can get that message, which was encrypted as base 64, and set it as the state variable encrypted, so we can display it here in the app just for the demo. And I'm gonna also return it, and you're gonna see later why I'm gonna return that as the response for this method. Okay, now let's try and see if this encryption works. Encrypt, here's the encrypted message, perfect. Now I need to send this to my server, and I'm gonna send it using this button. This button hits this method, and this method, when it gets called, it will set a loading indicator to true, and then it's gonna get the encrypted message if it's already stored as state variable. If not, then it's gonna encrypt it. This is just in case this user did not hit encrypt. And here, between encrypted message sent and this if statement here, I'm gonna have to create an API call that sends this encrypted message to my server. I'll put this here as a placeholder for now to show you how it's sent. Then I'm gonna put the URL here of my server. Now let's switch to the server side and begin the coding. Here's where we're gonna take this message from the client side, decrypt it, and then respond to the client. We're gonna need path, fs, and crypto for this. We're gonna need these two methods, encrypted, private decrypt, which decrypts using a private key, and constants. On your server, we're gonna get the message that was sent to us, encrypted. I'll just throw an error if I don't receive anything from my client side, like this. Then I'm gonna convert that message from base 64 to a buffer. And then I'm gonna decrypt it using the private key like this. And here, I need to put the passphrase that I used to encrypt to generate the private key in the first place, which is this one. This is extra layer of security in case someone gets a hold of the private key somehow. Here we need to import the private key and use it here, and we'll do it like this. I'm just reading the private key here and storing it in this variable. Again, in real life, you should store this in a secret manager. You can't just store it in plain text. Anyways, and your encrypted message goes here, your key details goes here, and this is going to give you the decrypted message as a buffer, and now you need to convert it to a string. You do that with this line over here, and now you can respond to your client side like this. Now I can go ahead and deploy this server endpoint and show you if it works. Okay, the URL is here for my endpoint. I can just go back to my client side here and put it here, and then now we can test this. Refresh. Let's enter a new message. Encrypted. Send it. And let's see the server response. Oh, I forgot to print out the server response. So let's just do that. Response data. Let's try again. Try again. Encrypt, send it, and here's the response. There you go. This is the text that I put here, encrypted here. And this is how you can perform message level encryption, and it's that simple. Okay, that's all for today. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe. And if you want to support the channel and get the source code that we are used in this video so you can play around with, check the Patreon link in the description box below. And that's it for today. I'll see you next time.